There's Kesa, which was a Makif. And then there's the Eiris Pnimim, the Eses Spheres, that's the Eiris, the way the Mislabish in Kelim. If you Erech HaKelim, he started saying, that's the idea of Eir Pnimi, that he comes in according to the receiver. Mashenkin Kesa is the Pshitis of the Ein Sof. And he started saying in the Moshel Nefesh Adam, that was the whole Arichas in the Maimer, there's Rotzen, a person's will. When a person wants something, it doesn't have to have explanation, there's no detail, it's I want, and there's no details, not the details that make it. And that's why he's not satisfied. If he only has a part of it, he needs the whole thing. Missing one part is no good. Vashenkin and Seichel, if he wants it because of Seichel, because of intellectual reason, then the more he gains, then he's happier. So it means that the thing is put together of many parts. Vashenkin in the will, it's Pshitis. So this is the idea of Rotzen, was this the idea of Rotzen. Vashenkin, the Esses the Koiches, the Koiches Pnimim, the way the Eibishter, the way the Koiches of a person, his intellect, his feelings, his action, that's where it comes into a certain way of expression, whether it's Chochmeh or Bineh, whether it gets the general idea or in detailed, or then emotion towards it, then the way he acts about it, that's the action that comes out of it. So each one has their set place where they're in the body and physical. There has the head and the heart and the other limbs. And each one he's a vessel to receive this part of the nefesh, this power of the soul that comes into the nefesh, that comes into this Eiver, according to the Eiver. And the reason, and therefore, since it's coming accordingly, so therefore it has to be mitzamtzim, it has to be constructed, it has to come according to what they could handle. And more than that, that even once it's coming according to them, they change the keichas change according to the physical parts of the body it comes into, and it becomes involved in physical seichel, not like the neshama when it was lamaylo, that it was in touch with the godliness, purely God, the l'kus b'pshitis, not through emotional, but not through examples. When not so when it comes down here, the only connection to the Eibishter is through examples, through physical world, and only that's the way we could connect to the Eibishter. And same thing in emotion, that it becomes more a feeling, something we could feel in the heart, and same thing with other keiches. Seeing and hearing, also the Neshama Mitzad Atzma has seeing in the L'kus, could see godliness. When it comes down here, seeing has to be physical, which changes the whole power of seeing, the way it's in the nefesh and so on, the way it comes down. So this is all because he explained why is it, how are they possible to come in to these kelim evarim pnimim, evarim mugbolim gashmim. So he said, even though it's the lowest part of the ruchnius that comes to the gashmis, but those gufa, the reason for this is because chatchila it's set keiches. Their pnimim means they're limited. They're what they are. The male, they have their thing, what they want to express, so therefore they're going to go automatically to where they could be expressed, what could handle them. They're looking, so to speak, to be expressed in the keilim, in the right place where they could be. And therefore he said, Seichel only come into the head, and even though we find that Seichel comes in the other limbs, it awakens the person's emotion, and teaches them how to dance, whatever, that's only a chisenius. Fine. And the same thing he says, Lamailo, this is where we started last time, Adugim was a Lamailo, so really, all these things we have is because the Eibishter made us nasa adam b'tzalmenu kidmuseinu. So the ultimate idea of seichel is really lamayla. Like the Rebbe says in regard to the teacher, teaches the student in the class. He says about etzba lekimhi or vayar yisos yad agdela. So the kid in Cheder understands yad agdela means the Eibishter's hand. So the question is, how could it be the Eibishter as a hand? Is he understanding wrong? Or on the contrary, the ultimate idea of hand is only by the Eibishter. The idea of giving is only by the Eibishter. The person is only manifestates, it comes down in a limited way, what we could handle, what a hand is. That the true hand is only Lamayla. So Capone was saying when we get to the Esses is the fact that by us it comes in a way that according to the receiver, according to the Kelim, that's because Lamayla, this is the way it works. Okay, here we're all with the kids. This is the Adam, this is the man, the set of Esses, Keiches, and Esses Kelim. In Eiris Amislapshin be Kelim, the air that comes into Kelim according to the Kelim, we said receptors, where they could handle the air, they handle the pshittis. And then you have the parts, like we say in Cohen Chesed Rei Yemino, Chulu Chochma Mecha Chulu. Each limb is a keli to receive the air of that of that keli, the keli chesed, it gets eira chesed, kli chochma, it gets eira chochma. Slabsh is eira meichin hu begimel rishenes dafki. Where does eira meichin go? Dafki and gimel rishenes, and the eira midis goes bekli hamidis. So we explain the difference between meichin and midis. There's many differences, but one point is that in a meach, intellect, everything has a reason. There's no just this the way I want it to be. This is the way I am. In midis, we said eira meichin goes dafki begimel rishenes. But
Gimel Rishenis are not Kalim.
They are. He said they are. You look at the bottom. He says, "Ikra meichin hu b'chinas neshama pnimis shebetecha gimel rishenis." El shenikreim gimel rishenis meichin v'hainu. You have it. It's 6 lines from the end of the sif. The pnim. And the gimel rishenis in Kalim the gilei meichin. He gave the motion from the person that he has this tlas chalol begagalta. There's 3 spaces in the brain's head, in the person's head.
Right, okay, but when we say Gimel Rishenis,
but then to make always in Chassidus. But here he differentiates as 2 parts. There's the just like the person has the keli and the air. There's the chalol galgalta, there's the kli, and there's the air. What is it going to find? He says it. He says it here. This he says.
Very interesting.
Right. It's a differentiation. Yeah. It's clear. It's a clear distinction. Fine. But he mentioned that the meach is called chayehi, it's called air. Even the keli is called air, and the midis, he says, even the air is called garmei, is called kelim. Which we said a few. I think we said 2 things. We said last time. I think we said one thing. We said that meichin is the type of getting the thing the way it is. Intellect is I'm trying to know it subjectively. I want to know what the thing is. The thing itself, so to speak, is being revealed to me, as opposed to midis is my emotion, how I'm getting affected in it, how I'm getting excited about it. So it's not pure the thing the way it is. Therefore, by meichin, even the keli of meichin, which means the way he gets it, but since in yoni is meichin to get the thing the way it is, so therefore even the kli is like air. Because it really wants to get to know the thing the way it is, not the way he handles it, the way he gets it. And the same thing by midis, even the eir hamidis, which is already a motion of, which is explained the difference between eir hamidis and kli hamidis, which would mean that kli hamidis is the defined emotion that the person got excited to do kindness, but then there's what's behind it. There's an edel nefesh, he has a fine soul. There's some what we can't express. That's the eir. That's eventually the pshitis of the nefesh, which is that the cause that eventually comes down to defined excitement and whatever I say, is he gets awakened to do this kindness. That's an outcome of, it's already an expression. It's where it rests. But even the air, which would show an idea of pshitus, but since it's my excitement towards the thing, or how I'm nimshach to the thing, not the way the thing is, therefore that's, in a way, it's considered a kelim, idea of kelim. So eir hamidis will come, and the kli hamidis will not go to gimel rishenis, the kelim, because that kelim of meichin is in yom to get the thing the way it is, and not to get excited the way I'm receptive to the thing, the way I react. Fine. There also the idea of meichin coming into emotion, not just clear intellect. They could speak also to what I should get excited to, even though there's the Rambam. I just saw the Rebbe speaks about the Rambam, the Meir Nevuchim. The Rebbe sums him up like for many prokim. The first chelik, he speaks about the idea of seichel, that what's intellect to define what's true and what's false. So there's medayik. Seichel just tells him what's true, what's false. It doesn't tell him what's good and what's bad. Because Seichel's not into that. It's not in where I should run. It doesn't tell you in the facts. The Rebbe speaks about Amolik, that's Yedeas Rebbeinu Mechavel Rebbe. He can know the truth and he could explain it, and he's going to do it anyways. He's going to be such a chochem, he's going to do what he wants. Why? Because Seichel itself is not telling me pure Seichel. If Teire, we know Teire B'Loshen Eirot tells a person a lesson how he should act in his life to change the person. But the idea of Seichel, intellect itself, it's not necessarily affecting the person. It's speaking about the idea. What it is it true? Is it exist? Is it an everlasting thing? It's only here today? But as emotion, a person could choose to live in a false world. He's not forced because he understands it that he should go there. So, not necessarily meichin come to midis. But even when meichin do come to midis, it's not the ultimate way This is just I mentioned because I saw today, I wanted to see it. But here he's speaking the idea, real intellect is to get the idea what it is. That emotions cannot handle. They can't explain it to them. What you could tell them, the outcome from it is, if this is true, this is reality, so it's beneficial it would be the right thing to get excited about. So that's already the bechein, the Lashon says, the outcome, that's what comes into midas. So it's not the real thing. That's what he's saying. Also in action, you have a chokhmah, how to do things when you chokhmah the ma'aseh bereishis. But this is only a ray. This is not the ultimate idea of seichel. Why is it that meichen has where it comes? Because it's a pnimi. It only comes to someone where it's just fit for him. Shehein kelim eloir. Let's go back. This is the reason also, the same thing what he said before, that each keach a person has its place where it expresses itself. And he said the same, that every aid has its place where it comes, where it fits for him. So he said, since it's coming, someone that's a keili for him, could take him, this is also a reason why also, on the other hand, the Kalim have an effect on the air. Besides that the air is only going to come to the Kalim which is fit for him, which is could handle him, which could take him, which could get him. This is also why once it's going to come to him, it's going to have an effect on him. That the Kalim have an effect on the air, that they should start working like the Kalim. So by a person, Lamata, we understood it means a person sees the nefesh is ruchni. The fact that he sees in a physical world, that's effect of the physical eye. Lamaila, what does it mean? The kalim affect the edis. He says, fact that she creates, we know the it brings down from Megeres HaKedesh that the Eibishter creates through the unity of the Eid and the Keli, and they become one in order to create Me'ayin Liyesh. What does this mean? Who could create? Only Eid. Why is air special could create? It says in the Geras HaKedesh, what starts off, it says like this, air, what is air? A reflection of the moir, a reflection of the source of light. It's one with it. It knows, it realizes the only existence is the source of light. Like you say, by day, the sun is shining. You don't say there is light outside. The sun is expressing itself. The light is an extension. It's not that there is light thanks to the sun. It's the sun itself is shining. The air has the tchunes, the way of the source of the moir comes into the air. So when we speak about air l'maylo, air meina moir. Who's the moir? Who muse vatz muse? The Eibishter himself, since the air realizes that his whole essence is only the source. That's why he's here, and that's why it's totally bottled. It's also when you see the Lashon says the dveikus air b'moir, that what's the type of dveikus? It's connected. It's not only that it knows that it's without it I can't exist. It knows everything it has is the source. It's not him. It's not him. It's the sources here. That's why we say air is megala moir. It tells me about the moir. I look out, I see the sun right away. Why? Because it's not about him. It's not about the air. The moir. That's what's nimtza. That's what's existent. And since therefore the air could come through air, even the tchunas of the moed itself, which the tchun of the moed we're speaking about here is muhusi vatzmusi, the essence of Hashem, which the only one could create, like he continues. The only one that has the ability to create something from nothing is only the Eibishter himself. Anything else can't create. Why? What's the idea of creating? To make something exist. Everything besides the Eibishter himself is not really existent. It's a dependent existence. It's not really here. It's here thanks to. But to make a creation, which means an independent existence, not to see its source, not to be an extension of before. That's the idea of creation as opposed to revelation. In order to create our world, who could do it? Only Atzmus himself. Only the essence of Hashem, which he is independent. Therefore, he can make such a creation which feels himself independent. But who does it? It comes through air, the Eibishter's revelation. Seemingly, you could ask, how could it be that revelation should have this concept? Because we understand air is me'ein hamoir. It realizes that why am I here? The source, the atmos is expressing itself. It's not me, it's the Eibishter revealing itself. And that's the feeling in it, that's what air is. Therefore, even the essence of the Eibishter, the idea when we say the Eibishter is ein leitchila, independent, that also comes to the air. So we see that the flow from air Only air could create. We see on the other hand, Omnom, Ma'ir Atzmei Efshali Mitzius Yesh. But from air, a Yesh would never come to be. Even if it has the power of creation, but still to actually make something which would see himself as a separate entity, air cannot make it. Why? Because it's against the existence of air. What's air say? Air says the Moed is here. The Eibishter is shining. So if it to go and create would be going against itself. And that it can't do. So how does he do it? So this is ready to explain. This, he's going to go back to explain how air would create, how would it seem existence by air, its existence, but it wouldn't be a separate entity. Why do we say Avaya Echod? Mitzad Shem Avaya. If it will be revealed in the world, Shem Avaya. I'm not reading right. It's not just if it would be. The way Shem Avaya sees the world today, even once it's created, it's totally nullified. Why? Because there's nothing but Hashem. Every level of my law sees everything the way it is. Avai, when we speak about air, that's when we look at the different levels. It's not just we're looking. There's this level, that. This is the way everything is. Mitzad air, everything is an expression of the Eibishter. So there's nothing entity for itself. That's what behind the Meshem Avaya Atzmei. Actually, is Mitzius Hayesh. Well, okay, if it's not possible to be a yesh, egotistical existence, a separate existence, Al-Kain Gam La'achash and Ishavu, they came to be, Harim Betelim Kemekayim Shin Ishavu, they're nullified as if they were just like they were before they came to existence. Why? Because what are they? The Eibish's expression. Just like the Eibish over here could express himself in air, revealing himself, the Eibish to express himself to create something. The whole being of the creation is the Eibish's expression. Like someone said that the world is a proof of the Eibishter. It's the Eibishter. How does a person know the Eibishter is existent? From the world. The Eibishter revealed himself by creating the world. Even though we say Elam, Lashon, Elam, V'Hester, and there's a feeling of separate in the world. But on the other hand, the only way we know about the Eibishter is from the world. In the ultimate way, what's the world? Expressed the Eibishter. The Eibishter revealed himself. At Tadezgah, he revealed the idea of creating. That's the way air looks at it. So even though it's something coming to being, but what is it? The Eibishter's power that he could create. So it wouldn't be able ever to be a separate entity. In order that we should be able to be something, Rak Mishem Elikim, only Vishem Elikim. What's Shem Elikim? The idea of hiding. Hell, the Eibishter has the power not to be revealed. Shemesh U'Mogen Avay Elikim. This is a pasuk. It says Shemesh U'Mogen Avay Elikim, which means the Eibishter is strong, but Chassidus takes the pasuk and explains it that it means to say Shemesh U'Mogen Avay Elikim. Avay and Elikim are like a sun and its shield. That just like the sun has a shield in order that we should be able to handle the sunlight, so to Shem Avaya has a Elikim, a shield, so to speak, which hides over, covers over. It shouldn't be revealed Avaya. Shemayel Mastal Shem Avaya. And only then, when Avaya is not revealed, Yochalis is Havos Hayesh, then we could come to existence. So this is explained in the Geras HaKedesh, that the only way the world could come about is thanks to Kelim. So here he's brought it into Shem Avaya and Avaya Chod, that Avaya Mitzadatzme couldn't create. Avaya sees the world as bottled mitzvahs. It's nullified, it's only expression of Hashem. In order we shouldn't see that, we need Shem Elikim. So now it goes back in other place in Tanya, Beis, that's Shana Yichud Ve'amunah. Seif Perek Dal, Shazau B'chinas HaKelim Shemastirim Aleh. This is the Kelim, they hide on there, they define there, they don't let to see the pshittus of the Eibishter. The whole idea of a Kelim is a definition, a tziyur. Or more than that, the idea of Keli is a receiver. How could it be in the Eibishter himself a receiver? The Eibishter could make that. The Eibishter could make as if he's receiving from himself, because the Eibishter doesn't have to be revealed. And that's the Keli, is the revealing the power of hiding himself. So only then, when you have Kelim, is there able to be a creation from air. So the air creates through the Kli. Harei Sha'ir is Pelim Kveifna Kelim. So now, even though the power to create comes from air, but what kind of creation should be, that's up to the Kelim. That means that the air creates according to the way the Kelim, that the Kelim are going to, so to speak, have an effect on the air, that it shouldn't express its pshittis. It shouldn't say its message, what he has to say, that the Eibishter is everything. The Eir should hide himself and let be, on the one hand, reveal his keich to create. On the other hand, it shouldn't be revealed. You shouldn't see it. We shouldn't see it. We should be able to see ourselves, some sees for ourselves. How is it that the Eir is nitfas in kelim? The Eir becomes one with the keli. It's not the Eir. It has nothing to do with Kalim. He'll speak to Kalim also, let Kalim get the idea. He becomes one with it. And that starts off because the Eir is really interested in this idea of Kalim. He wants that Kalim should get him. But mainly he comes according to them. And more than that, once the Kalim gets him, it changes the Eir, so to speak, that it should act according to the Kalim. Just as we say a person has a koyach, he could move. But the koyach of moving in the nefesh, it doesn't exist, the idea of moving hands. Of making a painting or writing a essay. That idea doesn't exist in the nefesh. Over there in Tanur is another concept altogether. It's a movement from one Ayin to another Ayin. But that's also in the keiches, in the nefesh itself. I don't know what Tanur means altogether. But this is another Ayin. And when it comes down in the physical hand, now mitamol becomes idea of movement. But it's a yiride. But how does it happen? How does it change? The movement is only mitzad eid. Only the nefesh moves. A guf can't move. Why is it doing physical movements? Because the eid and kli become one. The mele it changes, so to speak. It affects that the eid should also do action or physical action. He said the eid is imchinas tfisa v'yislapshus mamish ba'akelim akelim pelim be'eli is pulas ekveif nakli davke. It's eid pale, but he's going to act according to the kelim. So now we could come up with a conclusion. We could think that it means that the Eir, so to speak, is getting chopped off in a way. He would want to express himself, but since he has to come nebach into the kelim and he can't express the way he is, the mele he has to go according to the kelim. So now he says, no, it's not so. It's not that he loses himself. It's if he would lose himself at Eir, Chas v'shol wouldn't be revealed. You would never be able to see the pulas Eir. You'd never be able to have his havis. The only way you can have creation, we said before, is because it's connected to Eibishter. So the fact that it comes to Kalim doesn't Chas